Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we have some pretty interesting drama going on over here, where a lot of folks are now getting really upset when it comes to PlayStation. Now, as per usual, we've had a lot of negativity, I would say, in regards to Xbox these past few weeks, past few months, where just in all honesty, kind of a lot of bad things keep on popping up. A lot of bad PR, a lot of weird mistakes, and a lot of big things tied on in. And for some odd reason, Sony's been kind of going and kind of avoiding a lot of this random drama. But one big thing to note is that today and these past few days, we've been seeing a lot more outrage when it comes to Twitter, Reddit, etc., which is the usual norm, but at least for this one has at least a little bit of a clause of why. This is all in regards now to PlayStation somewhat offering preferential treatment, preferential, if that's always the right word, basically making sure that one other company is actually getting a slightly better initial deal, and basically PlayStation users are not very happy about it. Now we're going to talk about this because this is actually from a Sony game, and a AAA Sony game at that, and a lot of folks are kind of curious on why do we have to spend more money, why are we not getting the good treatment, and kind of where did Sony go in this whole deal, because why are they leaving us all just by ourselves? So I'm going to give you guys all the thoughts, comments, and all this, and give you my thoughts as well, so make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, or $500 giveaway, so you guys get to pick and choose. Twitter and Twitch room down below if you guys want to get bonus entries, and Amazon and Target links too as well, if you guys want to go check out for some good old consoles. So in case you guys have not heard, coming right off of the Game of the Year awards, we actually do have some brand new games coming out over here, and brand new announcements, and some also ports coming to PC. And now this is good news because we like seeing the games. We've had Spider-Man, God of War 2018, and Horizon, and other very good Sony individual games showing up on PC platforms, having really good reception, really good vibes, and kind of overall just a good thing. But this one is not so good for PlayStation users. Now we're going to talk about this because it's kind of a weird thing. PlayStation fans as of now are unhappy with Sony's PC game prices versus the PlayStation 5. Now, as I'm sure you guys know too, there's been a lot of big hubbub. Xbox wants to go and increase the price of their individual game sales to $70 to make that like their industry standard. PlayStation has been pushing the $70 price point for next gen for quite some time now, and even then was always getting some pushback. But even recently, Xbox has had even more pushback on them saying the same thing, where they're kind of pushing the, hey, Sony's doing the same thing. We want to go and make sure that, if they're making money and they're making the extra $10, why can't we? It should be the industry standard, and let's go make it set. But this kind of leads into this new issue, because right now, Last of Us Part 1 was officially announced, and as of now, the pre-purchasing price for the game itself is actually cheaper than what it is even currently right now, and what it has been too on PlayStation. So basically people on PlayStation are upset. So PC users get a better price point, and overall, it's kind of rough. So just in case you want to go check and see the listings for this one. As you guys can see, The Last of Us Part 1. Experience the emotional storytelling, unforgettable characters, and unforgettable price points in The Last of Us, winner of over 200 Game of the Year awards. And as you guys can see, this release date is coming out over here on March 3rd, 2023. It's only a few months away. Now, this is going to be a big one too as well. When it comes to this one, they have the pre-purchase agreement over here for The Last of Us. And as you guys can go and see, $59.99. Now, I'm kind of curious on how much you guys think this is a big deal or not, because I do know a lot of you guys also have your own PlayStation systems, in my community. I kind of feel like if somehow Steam and Origin and EA and all these other places can somehow scheme their way to $60 games, why can't we go and have these good old $60 games up on the PlayStation, up on the Xbox? You know what I mean? Now, obviously, there's going to be they want to make their own profits, they set the prices themselves, and maybe Steam just has a better deal, or maybe Steam itself is actually taking a bigger cut to go and sell the game, or maybe there's some sort of deals, or just not a deluxe edition, or whatever it might be. But as of right this second, people are upset, because if you guys want to look for The Last of Us Part 1 over here, they do have at the $69.99 price point. So obviously, if you're a PlayStation user, you spent out the $500 on your PlayStation 5 console. You then once again bought the game on the very first few months before any sales have happened, really, making sure you're supporting the game IP. And in theory, the remake itself really also shouldn't have really been $70. Granted, it was a good game, was a good remake, and obviously Last of Us is a good IP, and granted they also do have the show coming out, so there is kind of a reason why they may want to have a more premium price point for the quality and hard work they put in. But they also didn't really have to remake the entire map scheme. They didn't really have to do too much on dialogue. They already had the story written. They had the locations written, and all the stuff in between. And it was kind of, even when the game first came out, a really big kind of pushback from Sony, because it really shouldn't have been like I beat the game. It should have been like a $40 game, or if you owned it before, maybe gave you a deal, whatever it might be. So The Last of Us is more expensive on PlayStation. PlayStation users are very upset, and like I said, I'm kind of curious on what you guys think. Rightfully so. If, let's say in the future you can go and buy the same exact game, like Sony brings these first-party titles to PC quicker, then it's going to be such a weird vibe, because I think I'd rather wait 2 to 3 to 6 months, hypothetically in the future if they move to console quicker, and I'd rather go and save the $10 and then also get a PC experience, because my PC is technically better than my PlayStation 5, CPU and GPU wise, just in general. Now, for some odd reason too, I think my random camera turned off. I'm having some weird USB things on that, but to wind down this video too, is we're talking about this. It's a very strange situation, because I think the $70 price tag is just not worth it. I think it's just too expensive, and I'm not really a big fan of seeing this. It's weird. It's just a weird, strange industry disconnect. Because why is one platform getting better prices? And that also kind of leads to Xbox, where they haven't really even made a game. So why are they trying their best to go push a $70 price tag? Because they just haven't even made anything. Now, they do have Starfield on the way, and maybe they just assume that Starfield, they have to make their money back from their, $8 billion Bethesda purchase. But at the end of the day, it's just a weird experience to go through. I don't really understand why it's like this or what's going on with this at all. And when it comes to this stuff too, obviously people are upset about it. So they also say, unsurprisingly, that cheaper price point has sparked a lot of debate up online, as we've been discussing over here and what I've been talking about. Many fans in the reset era are taking Sony to task for basically charging PlayStation users more than those buying those on PC. It basically means that people aren't able to be loyal and just doesn't work out for them. PlayStation has also not commented, though, on the price points, and same thing, too, as well with Steam, because everyone's kind of curious. So it's impossible to say exactly why the Steam version will be cheaper. However, some fans have argued that it makes sense for PlayStation to drop the price a bit, given that the game itself has been out for about 6 months or so on console by the time it releases on PC. But I'm on the opposite side, why would one platform get a price drop and the other ones don't? Now, I think a big thing is if they both went down, the game's been out for 6 months, all the hardcore fans are going to play it, and then they go and switch on over and put it $60 flat for both PS5 and also on Steam. I think that's okay. I just think the big issue is just more the price discrepancy and why everyone's upset with that. Because, if we don't know, number one, we don't know. So it's on the speculation side. That's why you're making the videos, talk about the drama, talk about all the issues. But number two is that what if it doesn't change? And then in the future, it might be worth just waiting 6 months or however long it takes for them to come out on PC, because you'll, number one, save money, and number two, might have a better gaming experience, or number three, also might have a chance to mod the games too as well and make it an even more unique experience. So basically, people are upset because they notice this, they notice the price point, and they just don't want to waste extra money. And also the big thing is people want to be rewarded for when they're the first movers. Now, sometimes games, let's look at Sonic Frontiers, Gotham Knights. You'd be cool and you buy the game quick, and then you could have bought the game 2 weeks later for $20 off. And I don't think that's fair. I really don't think that's fair. Now, I don't want to necessarily say everyone has to pay the same exact price point, obviously, but it would be a lot nicer to go and see everything at the same price consistently, so people don't feel like they got short-sighted or forgotten about. So does also kind of say too that there is a possibility that in the next few months they may just go and flat change up the game price too, but they're also saying that fans probably shouldn't expect any holiday price drops, which I'd probably agree. They're probably not going to do it right now. Holidays where a lot of people are buying disc games and digital games and all that stuff too as well. So it's just kind of curious because I want to know what you guys think. Like I said, I think I made my points pretty clear. I would rather go and just wait on PC if they're coming quickly and go get my game experience from that, and I can also save the money and play it up on PC. Now, as a PlayStation 5 user too, I'd be a little bit upset because I did pay $70 for Last of Us, and people are also getting the game cheaper. Now, I'd rather everyone save money at the end of the day. It's not the biggest deal for me. I don't really mind, but it is a little bit of a weird thing, and people have been bringing it up, and that's why we're talking about it. So give me your thoughts and comments down below. Mainly because, well, I think people I saw up on Twitter were kind of somewhat upset about this. As well, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. As well, for the brand new PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, or $500 giveaway, we have the Amazon links down below. We have the Target links down below. And I appreciate you guys all so much for watching here in the first place. And drop a like. Give me your thoughts down below.